Back on Morning Line, our final segment with our guests as we're talking about suicide prevention. Taking some phone calls, and actually, I believe we have Grady up next. Grady, good morning.
Good morning, Nick. You got some great guests on this morning. I've had first cousin that had epileptic seizures and was working for a company in Jackson, Mississippi that strictly hired epileptic people. And, you know, the boy never showed any signs of being suicidal, but he put a shotgun in his mouth and pulled the trigger with his toes, and we had a cold casket from that.
So sorry.
But he didn't drive, he didn't date because he had wrecked every car his mom and dad had ever bought him, and he was scared he was going to kill the one he loved. Instead, he killed himself. But another case was the husband and wife killed themselves because they couldn't afford the medication that they needed. And these people doing a wonderful job. They just, you know, this was several years back, but still, thank you for having them on this morning, Nick. I hang up and listen to your comments.
Thank you. Grady's like a lot of us. I think we all maybe have known of someone who's died by suicide. And well, again, that one, maybe you could see based on his life that there were some issues there, but he never expressed it. And then we were talking about some of the high-profile cases like Anthony Bourdain, who, you know, many of us thought had the greatest job on earth, but of course that means nothing. You don't know what's happening behind the scenes and what demons he's having. But people can hide this, can't they? I mean, that's what's sometimes scary. It happens and you're like, wow, I didn't see that coming. Could I have done something more? And that's another side of this, by the way, we got to remember. Not only those who die by suicide and saving them, but the ones who are left behind that then blame themselves.
Right. Yeah, and so I always say this, survivor's guilt is real, right? I lost a loved one to suicide, so I always apologize for any losses and am sorry for losses that so many of us have experienced by suicide, whether it be a family member, a friend, whoever that might be that we've lost. But I think what's really, really, really important and what I really like to focus on is that if we can reduce the stigma of suicide, if we can realize that asking the question, talking about the resources, the availability of that help and that hope that's out there, then we'll be able to save lives. If we're unable to talk about suicide, then people might not and are less apt to say, hey, Joanne, I'm thinking about suicide. And I say this all the time, I wish people would come up to me who are having thoughts and say, hey, Joanne, I'm thinking about suicide, because if you are open about that conversation, then you can get them that help that they need.
Yeah.
You know, suicide is one of the most preventable causes of death, and that is very hard for family members that have lost someone to suicide. And I do say to our caller, I'm very sorry for your loss, and it's probably very painful. I didn't lose a family member to suicide when I got into this job. You know, it's this month when we were able to raise awareness. Last night I was in Cookeville for the Light of Hope when I was there with over 200 folks, and it was a great evening. The night before, Macon County. Tomorrow I will be in Jackson, and then Memphis, and then Knoxville. And for things that are happening not only in this city, the mayor is encouraged all of Metro government employees to go through trainings, and we're getting ready to roll that out next Tuesday night.
Talk about Tuesday night. What's next
Tuesday night? It's going to be great because the Korean Street Bridge will be lit up along with Vietnam Veteran Bridge, and the courthouse will be lit up in purple and teal, which represents the colors of suicide prevention awareness.
Purple and teal.
Purple and teal.
Okay.
And those colors represent the pain and suffering that live one survivors and attempters, and it also represents the hope that gives those families. And
that's going to be at Centennial Park?
Yeah. So
what is the event, and can people attend?
Yeah, so Centennial Park is the awareness event for Mid-Cumberland region, and you're going to be the MC,
glad to be part
and
of
we
it.
really appreciate you being there. TriStar is hosting, they're sponsoring that event, Skyline and Parthenon Pavilion, they're helping us. It's going to have a survivor, someone that has lost a loved one, Samantha Nadler, has attempted suicide. She has that lived experience. She's a former staff member, and she is now a staff member of the crisis text line, and so we're glad that she's in our state and she's going to speak. We will give an award that's the Ken and Madge Tellis recipient. Will be recognized. The color guard from Fort Campbell will be there, and so the program starts at 6. And we will be having Bacon and Caviar is going to be doing the dinner at 5:30. And if you are interested in participating with that, we would encourage you to go to our website at tspn.org, and you can join us and register. You can find the calendar on our homepage. The other thing, Nick, that I want to kind of point out is we have the opportunity to be the first state in the nation to have a suicide prevention license plate.
When are those going to come out?
And we are now trying to get 1,000 license plate. We are close to.
You have to get enough people signed up for that. Then they'll say, okay, you have enough. We'll print that for you.
And you can go to our website.
That's awesome. Is that what it's going to look like? You can't really see. I'll hold it a little closer. Well, I don't know if there's a. Is there an ISO shot? Probably not. Hold it up in front. Anyway, they're cool plates. The purple and teal. And it says, "Live life in the light. There is hope with suicide prevention." So that's awesome. So you're looking for people to sign up. You can do that on your website?
Go to our website, tspn.org, and so we're excited about that.
So if you get to 1,000 folks who have signed up, then that's something they will print for you.
Correct. And so
we're at 300 right now, just a touch over 300. So
you get the word out. People, I think that's a neat thing. You know, we'll promote that. I'm glad you just mentioned it right now.
We see every time the media promotes it, we probably get about 25, 30 in, and so it's great. And we have until next June, so we have plenty of time, but we really want to try to get this in before the December, so any help our viewers can promote, that's great. The other thing that I want to announce, in October, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention are doing these awareness walks all across the state. And so for our viewers in Middle Tennessee, October the 20th is here in Nashville. You can go to their website. It's Two Rivers Park. They're having it, and so there's always so much to do to raise the awareness for suicide prevention. So get involved, and we really appreciate you having us this morning.
Any last thoughts, Dr. Hall?
I think we each have to strive daily to live in the light.
Which means live in the light, meaning that it's not dark. You may be in a dark place.
Well, I feel each of us have darkness and light within ourselves. And every day we have to make the effort to be out there, to connect, to be part of society and communities, and therefore stay in the light.
I agree. And sometimes that's harder to do in this day and age, and it can be intimidating at times, but you're absolutely right. It's amazing. Sometimes you just won't feel like doing something. And then you go do it, and you interact with people and actually talk, and then later you just feel great.
It lights you up.
Yeah, but you know what? You didn't think you would at first. You're like, I don't want to go. Have you ever done that where I don't want to go? And then you go, and then you just interact, and then all of a sudden it perks you up somehow.
Absolutely.
At some level, it's the best medicine, you know, to interact. All right, and let's put up the full screen. I think we have the information on not only the text but also the hotline. So that's the national hotline, right? The Suicide Prevention Lifeline, and it's 1-800-273-8255. Someone in need right now could call that number, and there would be someone on the other line to provide help.
That is correct.
And then you could text TN 741-741. And again, we should always say, you make these calls, and not only are they free, but it's confidential. This is sensitive stuff you're talking about with someone, okay? And it's not like this is something that would ever be made public. It's confidential. It's like any kind of almost medical information, right? All right, so don't worry about the confidentiality. What were you saying over there?
Oh, so one more thing. So we're always doing all the things at TSPN. We can't help it, right? We want to make sure that everybody can do anything they can to help with suicide prevention across the state. But we do have a statewide initiative. It's called Speak Up, Save Lives 18. So September 28th, everybody needs to wear purple or gray Or purple and gray, right?
Purple and gray.
Yes, and teal as well. Yep. But we've got a hashtag because the world, right? We're in social media land, right? So we want to do hashtag Speak Up Save Lives 18. We also have this information on our website as well.
And again, that's what day?
September 28th.
And this is to observe just the three
close out
the month of how it goes.
Yeah.
I've got a teal tie and I have a purple tie.
Please.
I can't wear them both. Which one would you wear? Should I go with the purple or the teal?
Both.
Both?
Let's do it. I believe in you. You can figure it out.
I'll try to figure that out. Yeah. How were those colors chosen? I'm just curious. Any idea? Yeah. Teal, purple. It's a great combination, but I don't know. The purple and teal together for suicide prevention. Just again, if anyone takes away from all this, you have people like this out here in a position to help. Don't, you know, if you suspect someone having issues, make that call yourself if you're not sure what to do, and that hotline can maybe help you find a resource to help that person. And if you're someone yourself feeling that kind of despair and grief, you certainly can make the call, but sometimes they're not the first ones to do it. They need someone to nudge them and get them that help. And that's tricky, knowing what to say and how to do it. So call and get that information for you, and then you can approach your loved one or friend, right?
Exactly.
What you said is the key. Suicides are preventable. Okay, I would have mentioned to say that all suicides, if the circumstances are right, are preventable, are they not?
Right. And sometimes it takes, instead of trying to be judgmental or provide your opinion, work with that person.
Just listen.
And listen.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and sometimes it's hard not to try to tell them what to do or, oh, this will help. But no, just listen.
Just validate how they feel.
Sometimes letting them talk, validate. Exactly. Scott, thank you. You guys are all great. Joanne, Doc, thank you for coming on. I'll see you guys on Tuesday, and the important thing is keep doing the great work, and really appreciate you coming on to share this information.
Thank you.
Be back with a programming note about tomorrow right after this.